I had a really great relationship with the guy. And bro, the guy, like nobody talked to him. He dressed by himself. He didn't have any friends in that locker room, bro. He was a loner.
Let's go traveling down memory lane, fellas. So the Ultimate Warrior returns to WWE in 1996. What did you think? What did you think of '96 Warrior? I know that there was some. I think Triple H. He had the Mania match against Triple H. He had some things with Lawler at that time. What do you think of '96 Warrior stemming from the '92 walkout, Brian?
Well, look, I don't have very much to say during that. I was in Germany during '96, and I wasn't watching American TV. But from what I understand, he was very far and few between. Like nobody ever saw him until he was on TV. And so I never met Jim but a couple of times, and it was literally just meeting him and saying hello and how are you. He's always been great to me. But I don't know a whole lot about Jim Hellwig, to be quite honest with you. I've said this before. I knew his wife better than I knew him, and I didn't mean that in any salacious way. We worked together on the creative team. You know what I mean? And so and that was after he had passed. So I actually knew her and his daughters better than I knew him.
Yeah. How was working with Dana in creative?
It was great. Like she realized I don't bring a whole lot to the table, but she did bring a crucial element to that table, which was being a woman. You know what I mean? Because we had that table surrounded by a bunch of dudes who have no sensitivity at all, and we needed somebody to go, hey, you can't say that. You know what I mean? Or hey, you can't tell her to say it. She can't be called that. And so she brought that to the table, and so it was advantageous for us at the time.
Very interesting. Vince, you worked with Jim during that time.
I worked with him during that run, Chris. Yeah. Chris, here's a funny thing, man. And Brian can, I think Brian can, really speak on this too. Bro, here I was there when they brought him back in. And I worked with him. He did a gimmick with Goldust, and I produced all that stuff. And bro, I had a really great relationship with the guy. And bro, the guy, like nobody talked to him. He dressed by himself. He didn't have any friends in that locker room, bro. He was a loner. And I kind of think that's why I kind of gravitated to him. But anyway, we had a good relationship. But, Brian, here's what I think was the problem with Warrior. This was a guy that Vince was never going to be able to control. Never. Yeah. Vince was not going to be able to call Warrior into an office and say, you're going to do A, B, C, and do, and Warrior just go out and do. He wasn't that guy. Yep. His branding, bro, he officially changed his name to Warrior. Sure did. So his branding was everything to him. So Vince could not control him the way he could control 95% of the roster. It was never going to work, bro, because you were just always getting this.
Yeah. Interesting that.
Vince ain't the guy that's going to bend too easily either.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Right, man. I mean, it wasn't going to work, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you working with Warrior real quick, Vince, because I do remember, and I was going to bring up the Goldust angle too. What was the kind of rhyme or reason to put him behind, feuding with Goldust, and you just kind of give us the inside, mind, the philosophy of bringing him in that type of angle?
I really believe at the beginning, Chris, it was kind of a feeling out period because, bro, it seemed from the get-go, based on their past history, there was no trust on either side. There was none. Yeah. So I think it was like, let's not get into any long-term booking. Let's take it one program at a time and see. And it did not last long. There was no trust from the get-go, bro. But, him and Goldust worked well together. He worked great with Terry, Marlena. He didn't have an issue with any of them. But he was really there, bro. I think at that point of his career, he was past the wrestling. It was about the Warrior and the positive message. Like, that's what he wanted to do.